Hey guys, it's Roller Coaster. I am going to do the Swamp Fox review finally. So I'm just going to play a couple of my point of views here, talk about the ride, and while we're doing this pre-lift and lift hill, I'm going to be talking about first what the heck is up with this ride, why does everybody meme about it, and that's a great question. I mean, it is Swamp Fox after all. It's kind of a silly name, not really. It's named after a Native American war hero, but really most of the meme originates from how much I love this ride for some reason. Um, I mean, well, really, there's a reason why I love this ride. It's because it's a great ride, obviously. And I'm here to explain why I think this ride is just so great. But really, it's kind of silly that it's become a meme. Kind of makes it all a joke. Like my top 10 list is a joke because I rank this as number 4 above Mystic Timbers and all those things. But I'm just here to explain why this is the greatest thing of all time. Alright, so let's talk about the ride, which is awesome. So you got this great 180-degree turn, which leads into the first drop, and really there's some big differences between the back and front rows of this ride. But in the front row, you don't really get a whole lot of anything here. It's just a solid little first drop. And here, I'll be talking about a lot of airtime. This hill is probably one of the weakest hills on the ride, but then this hill, because of those awesome buzz bars, you just get ejected. Same thing with right here. Just insane airtime all around. Got a little break of the pacing. And keep in mind, this is a really short ride, actually. But now here's the best part of the ride. You've got this insane double up, and you just completely just get insane ejector airtime, like standing, just awesomeness. But that's mostly in the front row. And here you get an awesome slam of laterals. And that's basically it. That's Swamp Fox. Done. Great. So now you guys must be wondering, Adam, Roller Coaster, why do you like this ride so much? And well, basically, those buzz bars, man. I've kind of already talked about this a lot, but buzz bars are just the best thing of all time, and you know they make solid airtime, amazing airtime, in my opinion. Can't wait to ride, the Phoenix and Coasters of the world, because this thing just kind of opened me up to the world of a lot more room and how much that actually matters. Like, yeah, stapling just kills a ride. It really does. So that's what I've learned. So now let's talk about some specific points of the ride. The first and probably most important is the roughness, because in the front row it's pretty darn smooth, especially like second to front row because you're not on a wheel seat. You've got a much smoother ride on non-wheel seats. So the middle row of each car, you just get a much smoother, better, much greater ride, much smoother ride, a lot more bearable in these awesome double ups here. But it especially gets rough in the back row, and these double ups just become terrible and horrible, and doesn't make it very re-rideable. Although the airtime is still very strong, I'd say this is much more of a front row ride. Like, I much prefer to ride in the front row just because of those awesome double ups, really. But that isn't to say there isn't awesome airtime in the back row either. The first drop in the back row can be pretty darn insane. Also, even the first hill, which doesn't provide too much airtime in the front row, you get a lot in the back row. So really, it's just a completely different ride, in my opinion, and in most people's opinions that I hear about this ride. It just becomes a much different ride, sitting in the front and back row. Middle row is kind of the lesser of both extremes, but you do get a whole lot going on no matter where you sit. So yeah, so now let's talk intensity. We've got not a whole lot of intensity, but really the bottom of the first drop does provide some solid positive G's. I remember one ride when I was toward the back row. I'd say it's most intense toward the back. I was pushed down so hard in one of my rides, and I would say I rightfully put my hands up on each ride. My hands were pushed into the row in front of me due to those nice positive G's, and I had to apologize to the poor dad and lad in front of me. So that was kind of unfortunate, but also makes for a great little story there to tell. Not really. Yeah, and there you go. That's the first drop. And I don't know if you can hear it, but on a lot of these hills, I'm saying, "Oh my God," and I'm standing, and all these awesome things. Like right here, I go, "Woo!" and I'm like, "Wow, I'm standing. I'm so cool. I love this. Oh my God, I'm going crazy." And I was like, "Here's the best part of the ride." And I'm going, like, I'm screaming, I'm waving my camera, waving my hands around to the station, because you kind of go past the station there. So that's freaking awesome. And that's pretty much going to wrap up the Swamp Fox review. Again, Awesome slam laterals here. You got all kinds of G-forces here. Just all around a perfect ride. So I figure I should start, I'll probably do some more coaster reviews. I'll give this ride a nice 9.5 out of 10, 95 out of 100. Really, really solid ride. It does everything I'd really want in a ride. In fact, I prefer it to Diamondback and Mystic Timbers. Diamondback because, well, floater airtime's kind of lame, even though it's so sustained and awesome. And the intensity wasn't really there for me on Diamondback. And Mystic Timbers, the ejector is great, but obviously it's pretty limited in the Millennium Flyers. But this thing, there's just no limits, man. You can just stand up and nobody cares. And you can record on the ride, and it's the way I like my coasters. So, yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.